What is the life's goal? There are four goals of the human life. We all, as per the Hindu Dharma Shastra, when we got married, all the Hindus, we have taken an oath before the elders and with the Hamans and doing Saptapadi across the surrounding the fire, watching that Dharmecha, Ardhecha, Kamecha, Mokshecha, Naticharami. We have taken the girls with this in hand, taking an oath that Dharmecha, Ardhecha, Kamecha, Mokshecha, Naticharami. I am marrying this girl for all these purposes. The primary goal of the marriage, as per the Hindu Shastra, is for liberation or moksha. Whereas the three distinct goals, that is a secondary goals, that is called Artha Dharma Kama. These things we are fulfilling and we have forgotten the main primary goal. Most of the people are not aware of it. Our life's primary goal is moksha, as per our Vedic cultures. Now, wakefulness and enlightenment. What is this enlightenment? Every human being wants to be an enlightened person. It's nothing but cohesive, coordinated, integrated, consolidated, orderly, and total brain function. That's neurophysiological refinement. It is possible. It can be done through meditation, and the change has to come from within. Maharishi has defined what is enlightenment. Enlightenment is not a hypnotic state or self-delusion or self-denial. The state of enlightenment represents the ultimate development of what we ordinarily consider to be the most valuable qualities of human life. It is something real, natural, tangible, and developed systematically and in continuous and progressive manner on the basis of neurophysiological refinement or purification. When Maharishi has defined this, the Western people were just fallen for this, and 5 million households wanted to learn transcendental meditation. Maharishi alone cannot touch all 5 million people. So he has just started transcendental meditation teachers course like us, and then taught them about 1 year course, and he interned all the teachers used to go and teach the transcendental meditation. How this is in the 1960s, it became a movement in the Western countries. Enlightenment is a normal, natural state of health for the body of mind of humans, not for the animals. Vedas. Even if you just go to the Vedas, any Upanishads and all that, the fourth self is already been written there, it is there, but we do not follow that. But the peaceful, the blissful, the undivided is thought to be the fourth, that is the self, that is to be known. If you do not know what you are, what else you can know? The higher states, from the fourth comes the fifth from the sixth to the seventh. Maharishi has defined 7 states of consciousness, Aham Brahmasmi, up to that level. Once you start meditating, the fourth stage, that's we call transcendental consciousness, TC, once you start perceiving that one and start meditating and then working hard, meditating and working hard, automatically your nervous system starts getting purified without the stresses and strains, pushes you to the next levels of consciousness. We need not go to all. The only thing is we can up to the transcendental meditation. Once you start meditating, you are already on the right track for the elevation of your life's journey goal at the fourth state of it. That is, final goal of Aham Brahmasmi. That is the fourth state, is the fourth condition, Atman, in his own pure state, the awakened life of supreme consciousness. Next comes the fifth stage. These are all just like additional of your basic club memberships. Once you start meditating regularly and doing hard work, automatically once your purification starts from within, and the nervous system automatically benefited to the higher level of this, it goes to the fifth, slowly and surely it goes to the brain starts functioning fully. Self-realization, 24 hours bliss will be there, your liberation will be there, growing ability to achieve anything you can achieve it, even without doing the work. By your say itself, it can just happen that way. And if you see the stabilized brain, you can see the graphing of it, how it is just being done. We have to culture the heart. Devotion plays a great part of the transcendence. The heart has to be cultured for the direct relation of the celestial nature of life. It is fully cultured heart that brings the life of the celestial experience, and from there one glorifies cosmic consciousness. That is the next level. The man who reaches the cosmic conscious level is a glorified person already. And the cosmic consciousness too, next, after completing after further purification, he just steps into the God conscious. We have examples of that, but few people are there who have reached this kind of consciousness. So there cannot be too much of any research has been done on this. Only theoretical portions are there, but we have our ancient culture where we have seen the people who have reached the God consciousness, even the unity consciousness also. For this, you need the devotion. Devotion is the final and the easiest way. So the field of yoga is glorified to the ocean in order to give rise to the God consciousness. God consciousness, but the man who can create himself also something. Like if you see the Swami Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra is the person like you and me. By simple meditations, he has just gone to the God consciousness and he has created another universe for someone. That can be done by human beings as well. When he can do it, we can also do it only through the meditation only. Integration of life. Integration of life is that state where we enjoy the outside world, this materialist experience of everything, relative life, and yet we are able to hold on to our bliss consciousness. This is integration of life. We are experiencing, yet not lost the experience. This can be achieved by a regular practice of transcendental meditation. Culturing the spirituality. What is spirituality? Transcendental meditation, which exposes our nervous system alternative pure consciousness and waking state of consciousness, pure conscious state and waking state of consciousness simultaneously. That means we do not eradicate the value of our outer life. What we do is allow the inner spirituality to tune forth and come into the normal way of our life. We change our scope, viewing things, and enlightened person always thinks in a better fashion for the society, and he is universal. Always he thinks of the universe, not for himself. Self is not there. Self is combined with the whole universe himself. Unity consciousness. We drag the inner spirituality to come out, and this is the technique to live spiritual life in the midst of all material life. This is what International Meditation Society offers. 200% value of life, 100% outer material and 100% near spiritual life, and that by looking in and out. Seventh stage is Aham Brahmasmi. We all know Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Most of my grandfathers who lived in Calcutta, they have seen him in person. He has attained the unity consciousness. And once he has just gone to the ecstasy of that. Is the physical structure of the body, when he is praying for Ma Kali, physical structure of the body has changed like a woman with a sari and full body, this thing like a woman with a hair and all that, and he looked like a woman. When he was praying for Allah, skull cap, beard, and everything, he looked like a Muslim. And he was just praying Jesus Christ. He became like a father. Means transformation physiologically into the act of what he was just doing, it is possible. This has been noticed by various people. That is called, he has seen Kali in each and every this thing. Animates, inanimates, living things, non-living things, everywhere he's seen the Kali. He has seen himself everywhere. That means he is in unity with each and every object of this thing, living or non-living thing. He is in union with the everything universe itself. It's called unity comes. This is Aham Brahmasmi. He is himself with that. That is the only person which had seen recent this thing. Previously we got the stories, but we don't have so much of what we call it, research work on that. Now, holistic wellness in transcend, what is it? This is according to my knowledge. Physically, we should be like this. Mentally alert, creative. Physically, must be fresh, young, energetic, and feel lighter. Mentally, must be alert, creative, efficient, humane. Emotionally, well composed and equipoised. Psychophysiological science must be there. Intellectually, rational, evolving, open-minded. Self-realization, Atma must be there. Spirituality, infinite, unbounded, multidimensional, loving, and immortal. Liberation of the soul. These are the holistic wellness of any human, ideal human beings. There are certain restrictions for learning the transcendental meditation, things we have given, how to just sit comfortably and all that, but it's better to learn one-to-one from a certified TM teacher who regularly practices it and gets benefit out of it. It gives you self-realization very faster. Sit comfortably. These are the cautions which we have just given it. Now, finally, I'm just giving you what are the universities, what are this thing, what do you call yoga and institutes, yoga seers, whom I met, I'm in contact with them and all that. This I given the list of it. And I am now giving you my thanks I am indebted to Dr. Sudhir Shah and his family for all cooperation, support, and time given to me from time to time since last 1 decade. I mean, always sending all my works to him and corrects them and sends to me, gives me suggestions, and he's always cooperating and pushing me upwards. Now, shall we end this? Shall we start the question answer sessions for this?
Yes, Chintan. Do we have any question? Thank you. It was a very wonderful exponential talk regarding the overview of transcendental meditation. Only an authentic teacher who has really practiced can speak so profoundly and flawlessly. It's your years of experience and your ascetic process and sadhana that has brought you to this level. And we are very fortunate to have you today to listen to you. You shared your thoughts, and we look forward for further meetings and actual training from you. Those of us who are really interested may write to us, particularly Chintan Bhai or me, and we can plan such a meeting. With that, if there are any questions, we can take up. Chintan Bhai, do you see any questions?
No, currently, sir, we don't have, but we can because we have participants here. Almost we had 30 now. Some of them have left. So we request the participants. They can unmute. They have a power to unmute themselves, and they can come live and ask a question.
We have 5 minutes to take the questions and go.
Yeah. So Dr. Mahendra Desai sir is there. I can see Dr. Mahendra sir, sir, you can unmute, sir, and you can ask the questions.
Hello.
Yeah, Mahendra.
Can you just explain this short procedure for this process? Transcendental meditation, short procedure. Can you explain it? I mean, how to do it actually?
So actually, this takes minimum 4 days course, 1 to 1.5 hours, sitting with a person who is already practicing transcendental meditation. It's basically cooling your mind and body. And hello, can you hear me, sir? Here,
yes.
Like all other meditation processes, only thing is we'll be controlling all the sensory objects. That means we are going to sit in a calm and quiet place. Mind and body both are like wife and husband. If you want your mind should be still, body should be still. Without the body still, mind cannot be still. So you have to sit in a comfortable position where you can sit for about 20 minutes for the meditation purpose without movement. Any activity, physical activity will have an implication in the brain. It just have an impulse in the brain. So body should be still first. That is more important. Everybody cannot sit in Padmasana, so we ask them sit comfortably in any posture for 20 minutes, so that these 20 minutes, the physical activity will not disturb the mind. So when the body is still, Slowly, the mind, when it takes a sound which we have given it, the mind wants its higher and higher happiness. So we have taken that natural instinct of the mind. We give a sound. We don't give the mantra. Mantra means you have to repeat the same sound, same frequency, same this thing and all that. Your mind is preoccupied. It is active. But whereas we don't want the active mind, we want the still minds. So what we give it? We give a sound. When you go to a temple and ring a bell, what happens? Sound comes and automatically, slowly it dies down. And this mantra sound doesn't have any meaning. If the meaning is there, your brain automatically circulates around the meaning only. Here, the mantra sound which I give it, it doesn't have any meaning at all. So after some time, what happens? This sound disappears. But whereas, even if you close your eyes, the sensory inputs of the brain are cut off. Your thinking brain, PFC, that thinking whatever is there in the brain, thoughts will be coming. Because thoughts go on coming. Per hour, about 2,000 thoughts are coming. How to stop that? We should not forcefully stop it. Effortlessness is required. So, the sound which I am giving it, that sound just takes you inwards. Means subtle and subtle levels of your brain. And then finally, it also disappears. Your thoughts also become slowly and steadily comes down. Then what happens? You have a state where you are going to silence. That's a bliss conscious. No thought, no mantra. And you are experiencing something. That time your physical body will not be present. Your experience without the experiencer. That is what we call it transcending. You are transcending from your physical body, time, space, and causation. This is an experience. You will have it within 1 to 4, 5 sittings. The experience, once you have it, it cannot be explained in words. Words are very crude. Experience you this thing, it's very easy. Simple technique, it is like cycling or swimming. Somebody who is experienced will repute that and will see that you are going to transcend. Once that is there, you experience you are doing it properly within 3 or 4 sittings. Then you have to continue doing it for yourself. It's a simple explanation. May be very tough. Explaining is too hard. Practically, it is, to be frank, it happens. You need not do anything, sir. It is a natural means. Any process, the first thing, if you start, yes, I want to meditate. First of all, you have to spend time for yourself. You should make up your mind for that. And then sit and take that music comfortably. Take that sound. And then leave the mind inwards. Do not force that one innocently leave it. Then automatically let us see how the mind goes. It has to go inside and only outside is already everything is closed. Then slowly it dwells into the subtle and subtlest levels on its own because of its inquisitiveness and finally reaches the source of the thought. That is where pure consciousness is. It's a practically possible by everybody. Easy, simple and natural. It happens. You need not do anything. It requires minimum 4 days time. The more time you spend with me, the better for you. Because not only a meditation will not do it, sir. Ayush department, all the 5 these things are equally important for a better life. So you require your way of living in tune with the nature. Because we are with the nature. Because once you come out of the nature, nature will punish us. So we have to have certain this thing coordinated with this meditation. Automatically your life will be entirely different again. It's an easy, simple technique. Has to be learned from a person who knows it, who is practicing regularly. He will put you that within just 4 to maximum 1 week time. You will transcend yourself. You have to continue doing it. Okay, sir?
Any more questions?
Dr. Jignesh Bhai, if you have any questions or Bhagwan Das ji. So anybody who has a question, they can ask Dr. Perry, sir.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think, sir, there are no further questions. So I request Sudhir sir to take over and give the concluding remarks.
I think you have clarified all the concepts so clearly and with lot of diligence, and quite in depth. So right now people are not having many questions, but I'm sure um, they would be very much interested in the know-how of the technique. That is more important, as Mahendra asked. And there are some people who would be intrigued with the fact that with transcendental meditation, people are able to levitate themselves from the ground. They can literally do up and up and kind of thing. So these are the other aspects of meditation. But I'm sure people should know that this kind of yogic siddhis are the byproduct of any meditative practice, and one should not fall for it. Even the physical benefits of meditation, that is cure of disease, etc., are also not, which is why you do meditation. Meditation we do for enlightenment, God realization, and unified consciousness, as the steps were mentioned by Yogi, and that is what is the real outcome of meditation. Rest all.
We have one question from Dr. Biswajit Sahu. Dr. Biswajit, you can ask question.
You can unmute.
Dr. Biswajit, no, he's already unmute. Dr. Biswajit, can you hear us?
No problem. If I don't think he's able to communicate. In any case, I think more than anything, I was impressed with the confidence and the clarity of presentation, and I'm sure it comes through a lot of experience. Your humility is also of a very high magnitude. You gave a lot of you express a lot of gratitude towards me, but I know that I am just instrumental and I owe nothing. And it is I who really have learned a lot from you. So, Yogi ji, namaste, and so nice for your time at this age of, I think he's 74 or 75 maybe, and still he is bubbling with a lot of youth and energy. That is the reason, that is a living, blatant example of benefit of meditation. So we should all learn from him. My pranam, namaste, and gratitude to you. Thank you, Chintan, and all the participants for their presence on this Makar Sankranti day. Uttarayan is considered to be one of the remarkable days when you can literally start looking for your self sublimation, and that is the reason why Bhishma Pitama actually held back his physical body and did not leave physical body till the day of Uttarayan. And this particular pious day, it said that he left the body so that he can transcend into unified consciousness. So this is the importance of this day, and let this day change our lives and make us more glorified, and let us progress on the path of bliss and higher consciousness. So with those
one comment and one question. Comment is that when we approached Dr. Vishwanathan sir, he said, you will see me, as an athlete speaker. So I heard the athlete speaker for the first time. So he said the athlete speaker is the one who, takes the presentation to a next level, and through his energy, enthusiasm, and that was much evident and much reflective, in his presentation style. And I'm sure that is an inspiration for many. So this was this thing, and the question from Dr. Biswajit, because there was some audio issue. So he has asked that, is there any tips to keep us, looking same as long as possible? So he asked me to, pass this question to you, sir. So you said about age reversal, and he said any tips to keep it as long as possible?
Hello?
Yeah, Dr. Perry. Yes, sir.
So you want the age reversal, sir?
yes.
Yeah, so he's asking for any tips, in terms of.
Tips. So it is possible. When I could do it, you can also do it. Everyone can do it. Only thing is you have to follow the natural law. Simple techniques, you tune yourself with the nature and have a simple, normal, common life. And with a minimum requirements. Automatically you are this thing, satisfaction is the more important. You should have good sleep. See, you'll be surprised to know that Maharishi used to sleep only 2 hours. And he used to give lectures for about 16 to 18 years. Such a kind of energy. Where from it has come? He has taken the energy from cosmic sources. And once you are going from the fourth state, transcendental conscious, to the cosmic conscious level, you can align yourself the cosmic. And then the powers will come from this thing. And your cellular body, whatever is there, when you are doing transcendental meditation deeply with the advanced stage of transcendental, Siddhi Sutras and yogic mind, you are allowing your body, every cell life is increasing. And then automatically your biological age comes down. Not only for the paper things and physically, well, I can show, I have already shown it on this thing. Please go through my website by this thing videos which are there on the YouTube. You see my running aptitude, how fast I run. And I am giving competition to the 50 years guys. They're all sports people, not normal people. That means we can generate the speed, stamina, and strength of every sports person, devoid of his age. All these factors are coming only simply because of science. Once your stresses or strains are removed from the physical nervous system and the bones, you are naturally faster from within. You can compute faster, you can generate speed, your all activities will be entirely different plane altogether. This is possible, which I am doing it. You can also do it. Everyone on the planet can do it.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Berry. And I know, as Sudhir sir rightly said, that you are, you are not only the Institute for Yoga Meditation, you practice what you preach. And I think you explained us very practically that all things are possible with spending, 20 minutes on meditation at least for 20 days. And that kind of discipline can be brought in, and that kind of results are evident once it is followed. Thank you very much for your valuable time and sharing your opinions. And we look forward to having you, in such sessions further further webinars, and we look forward to your time again, sir. Sudhir sir.
Well, thank you very much, and we remain indebted to you forever, and we look forward to meeting you on personal level. If it is delayed, then we'll have one more webinar and we'll learn more. Thank you. So kind of you. Thank you once again to Chintan, Ramesh Bhai and the team Torrent and all the participants. Good afternoon, happy Makar Sankranti, happy Pongal, happy Lohri, and happy Uttarayan, Makar Sankranti. Yeah. There is one more from Bengal. What is that today?
Yes, sir.
Bihu from Assam.
Bihu, right. Bihu. Right. All right. Thank you.
You have a great, festive time ahead. Thank you very much.
We take leave. Thank you.